The journey from cute puppy to competent guide dog shows just how intelligent these dogs are and how dedicated the trainers and volunteers are to bring out the best in these remarkable animals. Volunteers take on a huge responsibility in the first year of life of the pups. They are raised from around 8 weeks until they're a year old by volunteers, and their initial basic training is provided by volunteers. It's a heartwarming and rewarding experience to be part of this dedicated band, and it's something you might like to consider.
We're placing and breeding around about 200 puppies each year, and that keeps up our demand for our guide dogs and our therapy dogs. We have 4 programs that the dogs can go into, either our breeding program, our guide dog program, our therapy dog program, or ambassador dogs, which are like our PR dogs. So we need a dog that can learn quite quickly. We need a dog that is not distracted by public transport, by dogs out on the street, by people, and that is easy to learn. If they're not suitable for breeding or our guide dog program, we use them in our therapy dog program. So we have an area where we train dogs for suitability for kids with autism, nursing homes, people that are maybe lonely out there, so we can give them a dog that will make their life a lot easier. A dog that's got a good concentration level, so low distraction, a dog that's willing to learn easy adaptability, so they don't worry when they go from kennels to a new client into new areas, and that they can learn the routes of the client that the client needs quite quickly. Through puppy raising, they get a lot of training. They go to foundation classes, which is every week. Then they go on to every training classes every 2 weeks.
Yes, good boy, much better. So you can just turn around and just do one more rep past that. It's also about building the puppy's attention span. You know, in the beginning, first couple of lessons, that's lovely. You know, they can't concentrate for very long, so they get better and better. Put the feet to the dog's nose, in nice and close like that, around, and sit. Yes, so he does, you know, he's starting to know that. Boy, pretty quickly. That's it, and then move your hand around to the front and you'll sit nice and straight. That's it. He's a little bit rushy up the stairs, he goes a bit. Let's go. That's good, so there's no jumping some dogs will jump the last couple of stairs. So
the trainers will give a profile of the dog, and then we'll have information on the client, and then that's matched by 2 areas of guide dog client services to make sure that we've got the right match for the client, so that the dogs are more suitable for that client.
What is it about Labradors as opposed to Kelpies or Alsatians or any other type of dog that is so suitable for guide dogs?
Yeah, Labradors are an interesting breed because they just love people and they love to do the best thing for you. So if you teach them to do a particular target, like getting to the curb, going up and down stairs, they're quite willing to do that for you because they want to do they want to do good things for you. So they've got low distractibility and they're very, very easy to teach. Yeah, we need families or individuals, so it could be retired couples, retired individuals, or families that want one of our puppies. They need to be able to travel the dog around to the vet to training sessions, so they need a car for the pup to travel in. They also need a fully fenced yard, and also be able to have the dog inside, so none of our dogs are sleeping outside, they're all inside dogs.
Great. And how do the volunteers apply?
The easiest way is to apply on our website, which is guidedogs.com.au. Follow the links to the puppy raising page and there's an online application. If people don't have computer access, if they just call the centre, the phone number is 4579 7555, and we'll be able to send them out an application form and they can return it by post.
What other ways are there for volunteers to work? What other kind of work can they do here?
Yeah, we have volunteers that come out and do admin work for us. So they assist with data entry. We have drivers who drive around and pick our puppies up. They need to come in to see the vet or need to come back for training. We also have people that work in the kennels. So they help clean kennels, groom dogs, socialise the puppies, walk dogs. So there's a lot of opportunities for people.
We just play with them. We're here when they're quite young, so we get them used to being touched and people, and we just basically play with them. It's good fun. They all have their own little personalities, and you can see it from a very early age.
Do retirees make good trainers.
Oh, absolutely. They just need to be physically fit and able to handle sort of a 30 to 40 kilo dog potentially. But obviously with the training we're teaching loose lead walking, but just strong enough to be able to do that, and just obviously being able to walk them at least once a day, probably twice.
Sure.
So just a general, yeah.
So there's a lot
level
of
of
it's about
fitness.
attitude, and are they okay about putting in the number of hours needed for the training?
Absolutely, I think that's the biggest benefit, is that they have the hours, you know, so they're ideal because they can give the dog, they'll be training the dog through the whole day, you know, every opportunity that presents itself during the day is a training opportunity, so just being able to, and the fact that we need the dog to be with the client, you know, 24/7, so they need to experience being around them all the time, so yeah.
Good.
There are a list of commands that we use for the dog, you know, sit, stay, going into their kennel. So these not only tells you what you want the dog to do, the instructions of how to do it, what the word is, and then how you react with the dog. So you teach them.
So you have the puppy for 12 months, and during that time you've achieved a nice bond. How do you manage to say goodbye to them without tears?
I do get close to them, but the aim is to help somebody who's disadvantaged with their vision, and so that's always in the back of our mind in the puppy raising.
And age isn't a barrier to doing this. It doesn't cost us anything.
Good, yeah.
It only costs us our time.
Right, excellent. At the end of the day, when you get home and you take the harness off, does Toby visually relax?
Definitely. So anytime that he's not guiding me, if he's lying down in the office, the harness does come off so he can relax. But yeah, whenever we're at home or I don't need him to be working, the harness comes off and he just becomes a pet. He runs around with his toys and just releases a lot of the energy. The benefits of a guide dog, like you can move so much faster with a dog, and they can find things like doorways and stairs and things like that. So you're not having to bump into obstacles, the dog just goes around them. And
Fantastic.
Thank you.